Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of the Functional Longevity Podcast, where we give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. I'm your host, Chris Borda, best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S Fitness. Let me first thank you for taking time from your busy day to listen to what I have got to say. I don't take this for granted. So hopefully today's information you will find very informative. Before we get started, let me thank our sponsor, Y.E.S Fitness. People lose the ability to enjoy life as they age. At Y.E.S Fitness, we help people age 40 plus get fit so they can live longer and enjoy those extra years doing the things they love to do. So some real quick housekeeping here. If you'd like to get a timestamp or a transcript of today's broadcast, you can head on over to yesfitnessct.com. You'll see a button on the top right. It says podcast. Click on there, and that will give you access to any one of our 301 episodes. You can also get this broadcast wherever podcasts can be found. 5 cutting-edge ways to improve your nutrition for longevity. So today we're diving into some of the most exciting and recent research on nutrition and its impact on health span and longevity. The science of aging and how we can extend our healthy years is evolving rapidly, and nutrition plays a crucial role in this quest. In this episode, I'll be exploring the latest studies and discoveries that are reshaping our understanding of what it means to eat for a longer, healthier life. Whether you're looking to emphasize your diet or longevity, or just curious about the latest scientific insight, this episode is packed with valuable information. Let's start with understanding what health span and longevity are. And this, by the way, is episode 2 of, I believe, a 7-part series on all the latest research on the different areas and lifestyle that we can change to improve our longevity. Last week we did exercise, which is, of course, our absolute expertise. Today we're going to do nutrition, and we're going to move forward with the other 5 in the next 5 weeks. So let's get back to health span and longevity. What are they? Before we delve into the latest research, let's clarify what we mean by health span and longevity. Longevity refers to the length of time a person lives, while health span is a period during which they remain healthy, active, and free from chronic diseases. The goal isn't just to add years to life, but to add life to the years, ensuring that those additional years are vibrant and fulfilling. We don't want to be sitting in a wheelchair. We don't want to be a vegetable. We don't want to have any loss of muscle mass and strength and function, so we can't do the things we love to do and have fun. So that's what we're really focused on here is health span. And recent advances in the field of aging research have highlighted several dietary factors that can significantly influence both health span and longevity. And these factors include caloric intake, nutrient composition, and the timing of meals, all of which can affect metabolic health, inflammation, and cellular repair mechanisms. So that's the difference between health span and longevity, and we're really specifically looking to improve health span. So the first thing we'll take a look at is caloric restriction and its benefits. Caloric restriction, or sometimes referred to as CR, is one of the most well-studied interventions in aging research. It involves reducing overall caloric intake without malnutrition. I repeat that, reduce overall caloric intake without malnutrition, which is a key here. It has been shown to extend lifespan and health spans in various species, from yeast all the way to primates. But what's the latest research saying about CR? Well, first we'll take a look at molecular mechanisms. So some of recent studies have identified several key molecular pathways influenced by caloric restriction. These include the activation of sirtuins, a family of proteins involved in cellular repair and stress resistance, and the inhibition of mTOR pathway, which regulates cell growth and metabolism. By manipulating these pathways, CR helps enhance DNA repair, oxidative stress, and improve metabolic function. So think of sirtuins as the military. When something occurs in the body that needs to be addressed, the sirtuins are sent out to help the DNA repair, oxidative stress, and improve metabolic function. There are some human studies. While long-term studies in humans are still ongoing, recent short-term trials have provided promising research. So it's not just about, yeast in animals. They're doing some research on humans now. For instance, the calorie comprehensive assessment of long-term effects of reduced intake of energy, or the calorie study, or trials showed that a 25% reduction in caloric intake improved markers of cardiovascular health, insulin sensitivity, and inflammation in healthy adults. So there is some positive things being done on humans. So what's our practical application here? For those who are considering caloric restriction, it's essential to approach it with caution and under medical supervision to avoid malnutrition. It doesn't do us any good to cut those calories and try to live longer if we're not getting the right nutrients in our body. The focus should be on nutrient-based foods that provide essential vitamins and minerals despite the reduction in caloric intake. So something that's close to caloric restriction is our next segment, which is intermittent fasting and time-restricted eating. So intermittent fasting and time-restricted eating are gaining popularity as alternative approaches to caloric restriction. These practices involve cycling between periods of eating and fasting, which can mimic the effects of caloric restriction without the constant need for caloric counting and the constant need for living in a life of reduced calories. It can be challenging. So we cycle between fewer calories and normal calories, or fewer calories or no calories, and just some eating. So some health benefits. Research has shown that intermittent fasting can improve metabolic health, reduce inflammation, and enhance autophagy. Autophagy is a process by which cells remove damaged components and recycle useful parts, kind of cleaning up the cells. These benefits are linked to improved insulin sensitivity, lower blood pressure, and reduced risks of chronic diseases such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Now, the different types of intermittent fasting. So just a few of those, because there's various approaches to it that work for some people, don't work for others. One is very popular is the 16-8 method. So you fast for 16 hours and you do all your eating within an 8-hour window. Could be very successful. The second thing could be like a 5-2 method. So you eat normally for 5 days and you significantly reduce your calories for 2 days. So studies suggest that both methods can be effective, but individual preferences and lifestyles should guide choices of protocol. I've heard many people try intermittent fasting specifically to lose weight, and they've been successful, and other people have done it. Spoke to a client the other day about it, and she gained weight. I personally do intermittent fasting a few times a week because I get very lightheaded and I get very hungry and I get low energy when I don't eat. So I might take 2 or 3 mornings out of the week, like maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, where I won't eat until noontime. But to do it all the time, it's not for me. For others, it might work, but for me, it's not. It's not one of the things that I focus on to improve my health span. So what are some of the latest findings? In 2020, there was a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine highlighted the broad benefits of intermittent fasting, including improved biomarkers for disease resistance, better cognitive function, and increased longevity in animal models. While more research is needed in humans, the findings are encouraging and suggest that intermittent fasting could be a viable strategy for enhancing health span. However, here's some of my considerations with this. Everyone's different. It's the individual response variability. Everyone's responds to fasting in the same way. They don't. I should tell them I don't. For some individuals may experience significant benefits, while others might struggle with energy levels, cognitive function, or adherence. So some people might say, I'm always cognitive functions. I have low levels of cognitive function, but I definitely will feel energy levels lower when I do intermittent fast. The variability in response has led me to adopt a more personalized approach to fasting recommendations. What works for one may not work with the other. I'm also very concerned with the impact on muscle mass. One of the primary concerns is the potential loss of muscle mass during prolonged fasting periods. And as we age, preserving muscle becomes increasingly important for maintaining function and independence and metabolic health. While fasting can be beneficial for certain individuals, it should not come at the expense of muscle mass, which is a crucial determinant of longevity. We spoke about it last week, how muscle mass and strength are two key indicators for improved health span and longevity. Metabolic health and flexibility. I think you need to keep an eye on metabolic flexibility, the ability to efficiently switch between burning fats and carbohydrates for energy. While fasting can enhance metabolic flexibility for some, others might achieve similar benefits through different dietary approaches without the potential downsides of fasting. So again, it comes back to the individual. So here's some sustainable practices. Sustainability and adherence are crucial factors in any nutritional strategy. For many people, rigid fasting protocols may not be sustainable for long term. So I encourage you to find a balance that integrates the principles of fasting, such as reduced eating windows or occasional fasting, with a more flexible approach that individuals can maintain over the long haul. If you can't keep it going for a long haul, you probably shouldn't do it at all. So next, we're going to go on to the role of plant-based diets. And the shift towards plant-based diets has been supported by a growing body of research showing their benefits for longevity and health span. Plant-based diets are rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and they're typically lower in saturated fats and cholesterol compared to diets heavy in animal products. So what does the epidemiology evidence look like? Large-scale studies, such as those conducted by the Blue Zone projects, have identified plant-based diets as a common factor among populations with the highest life expectancies. These diets are primarily composed of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Anti-inflammatory and oxidative properties. So research has focused on the anti-inflammatory and oxidant properties of plant-based foods. Polyphenols found in foods like berries, green tea, and dark chocolate have been shown to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, which are key contributors to aging and chronic disease. Got to stay away from inflammation. And our gut health is another part of the plant-based diet that promotes just a healthy gut microbiome, which is increasingly recognized as a critical factor in overall health and longevity. So a diverse and balanced gut microbiota can improve immune function, enhance nutrient absorption, and protect against gastrointestinal disease. So in one of our latest studies in 2021, published in JAMA International Medicine, found that individuals who adhered to a plant-based diet had a significantly lower risk of cardiovascular disease and mortality. The study emphasized the importance of whole, unprocessed plant foods in achieving these benefits. One of my cornerstones of a nutritional recommendation is the balance of quality of nutrients, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. So with proteins, I stress the importance of high quality proteins for maintaining muscle mass, especially as we age. Muscle mass is a critical component of longevity because of its correlation with physical function and metabolic health. I often suggest a higher protein intake than the average daily recommendation, particularly for those who engage in regular physical activity. So I personally have some meals that are plant-based, but I don't go completely plant-based because I'm very concerned with the amount of protein I can take in a plant-based diet. Can I take in enough to maintain my muscle mass? So I am not afraid to have lean proteins in my normal nutrition diet. I don't want to say diet, but my normal nutrition plan. I have some animal-based products in there. And if it means I'm going to die a week earlier, I'll die a week earlier. But that time up to that week, I'm going to be functioning. I'm going to have strength and muscle mass to do the things I want to do. Do you do what you feel is important to you? That's what's important to me. Fats, healthy fats are a key implement in nutritional strategy. I know for years and years and years, people still think that you shouldn't have fats. I advocate for consuming the consumption of monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, such as those found in olive oil, avocados, and nuts. These fats support cardiovascular health and provide a stable source of energy. I also want to emphasize the importance of omega-3 fatty acids, which have anti-inflammatory properties and are crucial for brain health. And then the bad word, carbohydrates. Yes, we need carbohydrates. When it comes to carbohydrates, I advise a more selective approach. Try minimizing the intake of refined carbohydrates and sugars, which can lead to metabolic dysfunction. Instead, consume complex carbohydrates, such as those found in vegetables and whole grains, which have a lower glycemic index and are less likely to cause blood sugar spikes. Do I ever have a simple carbohydrate? Absolutely. My son's birthday was Saturday. We had cake. I had cake and cookies. Is it going to kill me? Absolutely not. And the next thing we're going to talk about is the impact of specific nutrients in supplements. I don't want to get too much into this because I'm going to do a whole segment on this, another whole broadcast on this. So there are specific nutrient supplements that we want to take a look at. I didn't want to put them in today's episode because I think it would just become too long. Another one coming up in a few weeks, so we'll discuss that. So then the role of gut health and longevity. This is kind of new. The gut microbiome is a hot topic in the field of nutrition and longevity. Recent research has shown that the consumption of diversity of gut bacteria play a critical role in overall health and aging. So what is microbiome diversity? A diverse gut microbiome, it's a mouthful today, is associated with better health outcomes and longevity. Studies have found that people with a variety and balanced gut microbiota have lower levels of inflammation, improved immune function, and better metabolic health. So that brings us to probiotics and prebiotics. So probiotics are beneficial bacteria, and prebiotics are foods that feed these bacteria, can help maintain a healthy gut microbiome. So we'll talk about foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and fiber-rich vegetables. They all support gut health. So in a study in 2021, it was in the Journal of Nutrients, found that probiotic and prebiotic supplementation improve markers of inflammation and metabolic health in older adults. And we have some recent research published in the Journal of Nature Aging, and it has identified specific strains of gut bacteria that are likely to improve longevity. And the study found that centurions have a unique gut microbiome composition, which may contribute to their extended health span. Researchers are now exploring how these beneficial bacteria can be cultivated through diet and probiotics. So let's talk about a little bit about personalized nutrition and genetic insights. So this is, again, another growing field. The field of personalized nutrition is growing rapidly. It's driven by the growing understanding of genetics and individual variability in dietary responses. So we have nutrigenomics, and it's the study of how genes interact with our diet. Recent research has shown that genetic variations can influence how we metabolize different nutrients and how our susceptibility to various diseases. So personalized nutrition plan, talk about it all the time. Things need to be personalized. Your nutrition, your exercise, your sleep, all this stuff is based on genetic testing and can help optimize diet for individual health and longevity. I don't do any of this personalized nutrition in the sense that I don't have any kind of genetic testing done, but might be something you're interested in trying. It's extremely interesting and it's a growing field. So, microbiome based diets, advanced in microbiome research, is also paving the way for personalized diets tailored to an individualized gut bacteria. So, just back in 2020, a study in the journal Cell identified specific dietary interventions that could positively alter the gut microbiome and improve metabolic health. Again, a personalized nutrition based on microbiome analysis holds promise for enhancing health and longevity. So we have some technology innovations such as continuous glucose monitors and wearable devices provide real-time data on how our bodies respond to different foods. This information could be used to tailor diets to optimize blood sugar levels, reduce inflammation, and support overall health. I have not practiced glucose monitoring yet, but I may sometime in the near future. And when I do, I'll give you an update on that. So here's some practical tips for implementing longevity focus or health span nutrition. So let's talk about how we can implement this stuff right into our lives. So I want you to try to embrace some intermittent fasting if you can. Start with simple intermittent fasting protocols, such as in 16-8. Maybe don't do it every day. Do it every couple of days, once or twice a week. Gradually adjust your eating window based on your lifestyle and how your body responds. Remember, the goal is to create a sustainable fasting routine that works for you. In my eyes, it may make sure that you're not nutrient deficient and that you're getting enough protein to maintain your muscle mass and strength. So if you're going to take a look at adopting more of a plant-based diet, focus on incorporating more plant-based foods into your diet, aiming for a variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. It's things we talk about all the time. These foods are rich in essential nutrients and antioxidants that support cellular health and longevity. Again, keep your eye on your protein intake so we can maintain that muscle mass. Include some polyphenol-rich foods. Add foods high in polyphenols such as berries, green tea, dark chocolate, maybe a little red wine in moderation. I'm not a wine person, but I know there are a lot of people that love wine out there. Incorporate this into your diet. These foods can reduce oxidative stress and help inflammation, promoting a healthy aging process. We'll talk about this a little bit more. How we're going to try to consider some key supplements. It'll be in a later broadcast. And we want to start to think about our gut health, focusing on maintaining a healthy gut microbiome by consuming probiotic foods like yogurt and kefir, and prebiotic foods like fiber-rich vegetables and whole grains. A diverse and balanced microbiota can improve immune function and overall health. And maybe you want to take a look at some of this personalized nutrition stuff. Consider some genetic testing or microbiome analysis to tailor your diet to your unique biology. Personalized nutrition plans can help optimize your nutrient intake and improve health outcomes based on your genetic and microbiome profile. You might even help you feel better. You might not be as tired. You might not feel as bloated. So check those kind of things out. Some things in there that are very simple to do and some other things that might take a little bit more time. But I think they're all great places to start to improve your nutrition, to improve your health span. The quest for longevity and an extended health span is both exciting and complex, with nutrition playing a pivotal role in this journey. The latest research underscores the importance of dietary choices in modulating the biological processes that influence aging and health. By embracing these practices, even if you start to embrace one of them, such as maybe some caloric restriction, although I think that's a difficult one, maybe some intermittent fasting, or even just do a little bit more plant-based. Just take a step, be proactive towards a longer, healthier life. And remember, the journey to longevity is not about drastic changes or rigid protocols. It's about making informed, sustainable choices that align with your unique biology and lifestyle. So stay curious, stay adaptable, and most importantly, stay committed to your health always listening and learning ways that you can improve your lifestyle so you can improve your health span. So that's it for today's episode. If you found this discussion enlightening, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review and share it with someone who might benefit from these insights on nutrition and longevity. So stay healthy, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time where I'll give you more information on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Thanks for watching.